Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. I'd ideally like to use this as sort of a discussion video, you know, given everything that's going on in this world, this global pandemic of or COVID-19, you know. Everyone has a bunch of different things going on, so I figured I could share what I have going on and, you know, make this sort of a discussion. I know it's a really sensitive time, so I need to be choosy with my words and the way I say things, but, you know, everyone's cooped up in their homes and sort of watching content or creating content, so I figured this is a good opportunity for me to create content here. So by the title of the video, you know, I posed the question of, are you buying sneakers right now? And I know everyone's financial situation is different. You know, some industries are really thriving, so people are in work. And then conversely, with nobody spending money, so inherently a bunch of businesses are affected. In turn, a lot of people are out of work, so things like necessities take precedent over luxury items like these. I know it's probably not the most optimal time to be buying anything, let alone me sharing it with you guys. But again, as I mentioned, you know, everyone's sort of fiending for content, and I did buy these, and along with a few other things that I'll tag in this video as well. And I want to pause the video there as I'm editing, as I want to stress the fact that this video isn't meant to gloat or anything. You know, a lot of my viewers are interested in what I am picking up, so I just wanted to showcase it. Just want this to be a place of positivity. In any case, back to the video. This is probably the last thing for a while that I'm going to buy that isn't a necessity. And the thing too is, if I figure if times do get a little turbulent on my end, I could let go of a bunch of these things, because, you know, people at the end of the day are still buying things. You know, places like Nike, Adidas, sneakers and stuff. I've been seeing this past week, all these retailers just have like incredibly crazy deals right now, just given the economic climate and just trying to drive sales. So I mean, I figured I could let go some of this stuff at a loss if it means making some money back. But yeah, I guess I could get straight to it. I did my due diligence and sanitize this package by spraying it with rubbing alcohol off camera. I have some wipes here in the background for when I do open the box and see what's going on here. So I got my handy knife, and we're just gonna get right into it. This is a big box. It comes from eBay. I bought this kind of at like the peak of this pandemic, you know, sort of uncertain on what's gonna happen. You know, it was getting bad, but it wasn't like to where it is now at the time of me making this, which is like Monday the 23rd. But yeah, I bought it at a time before things really hit the fan, so again, this is going to be the last sort of sneaker luxury purchase that I make for a while. So as you can tell, there are 2 pairs of Nike SBs. I got my wipes handy just to, you know, surface clean them, and then I'll obviously wash my hands once I'm done recording this. But, you know, I figured this is such an interesting time too, because Nike SBs are really making a resurgence from, you know, people like Travis Scott have really been bringing them back into light. And what a lot of people don't know is my sneaker history. I really got into sneakers in, say, 2010, 2009, 2010 is really when I started. You know, I grew up a little bit. I was in high school at that point, or I was nearing high school at that point. And sneakers were just something that I was getting into, but obviously I didn't have a job. My parents weren't doing a lot to buy me sneakers. You know, they were the type, you get 1 pair of sneakers a year, run them into the ground, and then you get a new one. Obviously too, at that time I was also growing, so my shoe size kept changing. But right around 9th grade is when it really peaked, or 10th grade it really peaked around a 9.5 or a 10. But yeah, during that time, it was an interesting time in high school because, you know, aside from the recent release Jordans that you'd see floating around, or like foam posits, a lot of people wearing SBs, and I wasn't in a situation where I could afford them or beg my parents to get me a pair. You know, I went to a school that was well off, so nobody had jobs. It was really there just asking their parents to buy it for them, and they'd oblige. Hopefully that sanitation job was good too. But yeah, really that was like blue box era, bordering this like sort of brown box era. And you see this, I got this teal one as well, this teal box. That was sort of when things were starting to tail off for SB. So really, to me, you know, a lot of people are gonna watch this video that are SB heads, and, you know, I wasn't in the height of it. Pretty much I tracked down a bunch of old pictures that I'll include here. I had a pair of the Money Cat Lows back in high school, a black box pair, I think it was the Uyghurs. It was just like a black and white pair of Dunks, and I ran both of those into the ground. I even tried to sell them, and I actually did back in the day, just because that's when SB was so poppin' and people were willing to buy any sort of SB Dunk. You know, then it sort of tailed off, as I graduated high school, or my sneaker love in general just sort of tailed off when I got into college. You know, I focused more on other things and I didn't have the money to be buying sneakers. And you know, I've been fortunate enough to have all this stuff in my collection since I've graduated. But let's just get straight into what I picked up. So these come from eBay, more specifically a seller that specializes in discount sneaker stuff. I came across these two at pretty decent deals, so I figured, what do I have to lose? I could always sort of make my money back on them, especially since the SB market is inflating, especially given this time too, which is really interesting. So this is a brown box on the top. This is a Nike Mid Pro SB. I believe this released in 2013. Yeah, you can see the box label there. And, you know, a lot of people don't like the mids in the same way people don't like Jordan 1 mids. You know, people are alright with the lows, but people love the highs. And then how it works for Nike SB Dunks, obviously, is people love the highs, they love the lows, but the mids are sort of a slept-on sneaker. So here's the receipt, which is great because I forgot how much I paid for these, but they were $59.99 brand new in box from this eBay seller. And here it is. It's a pair of the Nike SB Mid Beavis. You'll see they're all choked up, factory laced, all that good stuff, brand new, no sole wear or anything. Suede looks decent on these. So this seller was selling like a bunch of B grade type things, and yeah, I guess these are a little sun faded, but you can't really tell. See, maybe the light kind of washes it out, but essentially they were going for low rates because, you know, they're like B grades or there's something wrong with them. But honestly, looking at these off the rip, there's nothing really wrong with them. There's some slight fading, it looks like, to the blue parts of this suede, but I mean, I plan on wearing these, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think they have a set of extra laces, which is fine. But the production date on these was 2013, so I was a junior in high school, and I feel like it was like right around the peak of the SB era that I remember. That started when it started tailing out. Man, these are awesome. I'm kind of speechless because it's been a while since I've purchased a pair of Dunks. Mid-cut, I'm gonna see how they look on feet. I think for me, it just completes the trifecta because these are mid. I have a pair of the Supreme SB lows, and then what I got underneath here is a high. I'm gonna do an individual review on this and the other pair that I got, but it was part of a Beavis and Butthead pack, so this is the Beavis obviously, and the Butthead one was a low. Both draw on their outfit colors and what they have going on, so yeah, this is a cool sneaker. I mean, I wouldn't call myself the biggest Beavis and Butthead fan, but I saw these for 60 bucks. I had to grab them. Yeah, that's it for these. So this next one I got in a size 10 because they didn't have a 9.5. I feel like sizing on these Dunks is, I don't know, everyone has a different foot size and different comfort tolerance. So I mean, I'm always between a 9.5 and a 10, so it doesn't really matter to me. So this one is a Nike Dunk High Pro SB. Yeah, I got this specific pair for $69.99, and they're these. They are the Game Royal Nike SB Dunk High. Wow, and these are very, very, very blue. I mean, I was looking at the Jordan 1 High, the hyper blue ones. They were on sale, like, I want to say mid 2019, and I had the opportunity to buy them for like 110 or 120 bucks, and I held back because at the time I guess I was just buying too many sneakers. So, you know, those always had a special place in my heart, mainly because they're at a good deal, but I also did like that blue to them, and in a way these sort of remind me of them as well. This was a GR from, I believe, 2014. Yeah, I actually didn't know these existed because by 2014, I'd already been moved into college. I wasn't buying sneakers. I wasn't following sneakers at all. You know, I was trying to be on my menswear preppy game that, you know, I still have remnants of. You know, wearing Sperry's and Clarks and all this menswear stuff that I'll probably make a video on. But yeah, what draws a lot of people into SBs is the story behind them, and as a GR, there isn't anything behind these, which is ironic too for me because I usually buy sneakers with stories behind them. I pride myself on buying sneakers that have stories to them, but this one, there isn't a specific story to this pair as there is like this Beavis one, how there's sort of inspiration behind it. It's literally just a GR, all blue, Nike SB Dunk that I picked up for the low, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with picking up a sneaker for the low. So yeah, I mean, What really drew me in, aside from the good deal at $69.99, you know, buying the 2 in bulk, I saved a little bit of money on shipping and they cut me 10% off. So I didn't spend too much on these, especially considering what Nike SB Dunks are going for nowadays. And man, these are pretty cool. I plan on wearing these, you know, in the summertime in an all neutral outfit and letting the blue sort of be the focal point. It's funny because in my collection I have a pair of Nike Dunks GR ones that are Nike sportswear ones. They're not SBs. And back in the day, obviously I wasn't buying SBs, but I got those Dunks on sale. At that time especially too, the SB Dunks were all the craze, so if they saw a Dunk, everyone just assumed it was an SB. Meanwhile, I had got that pair at a Nike outlet for like less than $45. But these look good. I mean, again, I plan on wearing these. They're not going to sit in my collection to collect dust like these are being worn. Again, I'll make individual reviews, so if you want to learn more about them, just subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because at some point I'll be making videos on both of them. And on the topic too of other sneakers, I guess, that I picked up recently, you could tell here that there are 2 pairs of the Reebok Aztrek. I bought these on March 13th. And I believe the timeline, that was before it got like really serious, and I guess Reebok was already taking advantage of potential decreased sales and had an additional 20% off their official eBay store. So these were listed at $24.99 a pop plus an additional 20. So I got them both for $40 total combined, which to me is a great deal. You know, I'm a sucker for retro runners, and you know, given the climate of, again, the economy, I'm sure I probably could have done without these, but you know, $40 is pretty reasonable. I could probably let them go for the same price. I mean, I don't mind taking a loss on these either, but I'll include the unboxing video over me because it was pretty trash the way I set it up. I was pretty excited to open the box so I could care less about the film value on these, but you know, I wanted to show these off because if I'm doing a big unboxing anyway, I might just want to include some new pairs. And then beyond that as well, I'm gonna have to dig into these shoe boxes here. I picked up these New Balance 576s. So these are an older purchase. They were at the end of February, before like made its way into the US. This is still when it was like cases were in Italy and China was really the one that was on lockdown. So I didn't care too much about frivolous spending then. Consider this an update video too, I guess. But this is another pair. It is from the Real Ale Pack. I have that video already made on my old camera, already edited, ready to go, so I'm gonna drop it within the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Again, I'll include the unboxing video here because there's no really cinematic value to it. Let me put that away. So I took a look back and I realized that there's another 2 pair of sneakers that you guys haven't seen on the channel yet. I've had these videos ready to upload as well, and I picked up both these sneakers in February before, you know, stuff really hit the fan with this global pandemic. I figured I might as well include it just so you guys know, if you're a loyal fan and stuck through the video for this long, you'll know what's coming. So here I have a pair of the Adidas Powerphases. These are in the gray 1, what I want to call it? Yeah, the gray 1 colorway. So I got these from ASOS.com for around $40. They're doing a good sale. And it's funny too because my girlfriend, shout out to her, she's probably watching this right now. I mean, she got the same pair. It was sort of our mission to get a matching pair of sneakers that weren't the New Balance 574s that we have. Or she has a pair of Sesame Yeezys and I have my Zebras, but realistically I'm not really wearing my Zebras too much anymore. So that was a good pickup. I don't have an unboxing clip of that, unfortunately, because we shipped it to her house and she had already opened it. Something that I do have an unboxing clip of, which oddly came in an Amazon package. I'm assuming Amazon fulfilled the shipping for them, but they're these. They are the Nike FYW S97, and that's sort of a mouthful. Again, I've already created the video on this. I got these back in late February. So I've had these in my collection for a while now. I figured I'd show them as I'm showing new things anyway. And these are a cool sneaker, man. A lot of people don't know the history behind these, so if you want to know, check out my video that is slated to come out on these and hop on the brain gain train and learn something new that you probably didn't know. But that about wraps it up for this video. These are all my recent sneaker purchases between before the pandemic to you know, the height of it now. Doesn't seem like it's going to get any better, so I hope all of you are staying safe and staying indoors and enjoying the content that I'm putting out, because I do have a lot coming. And the last thing I want to leave this off on is, you know, everyone's financial situations are different, and I understand that. I'm not doing this as a way to gloat to you guys. Like, I mean, these 4 pairs I had already had. These 2 I picked up, you know, during the height of it, just because I can't say no to a good deal. But, you know, at the end of the day, life is more important than just sneakers, and I even myself need to sort of realize that. So I'm not going to buy anything crazy or anything at all in the next coming weeks, just because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I have like maybe a handful of loyal subscribers, and I know this is probably content they'd want to see. So this is sort of an unboxing, and again, I'd like to use this as a discussion. Are you guys buying sneakers? Are you selling off sneakers to sort of regain some money for a rainy day? I'd love to read all about it. In any case, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have videos on all these sneakers soon, so be on the lookout for that. And you know, until then, take care. Peace.